वेलकम बैक टू पैनल डे सुपर हीरोज ahoy। मेरा नाम है तुषार। So today we are talking about Animo-City by Saahil S. Sharma. This is also on Alpha Comics. Another nice new title. It's a fresh new title. As we have spoken, I have shared with you that Alpha Comics has a very exciting slate of titles that are coming up, and there is also a few things that are coming up in Comic Con Bangalore. So that should be a lot of fun, and it's really crazy how many things that Alpha is coming up with, and in all kind of genres. You have your superheroes. I think Sanjay ji is also creating a mythology based new character that should be exciting. Sahil has created a few titles, as you know. That was Agent Jane, Operation Ganga. I think that was the first one. Then there is some uh, title for kids. Then there is the War Cook that I had made a short vertical video on, and now we have Animosity. So it's really crazy how many ideas are there in the creative sort of quiver of Sahil, and uh, he is really a game changer in comics. So, Animosity, this book is the standard size that is coming on Alpha. I was really curious about this because it looked like a dark title, which is pretty evident from the cover as well. The theme of animals and humans takes you back to some titles in films, in books like Animal Farm. There was also a graphic novel, I think it was The Pride of Baghdad or so, that was quite famous by the writer who, I think, Brian Wood. I might be wrong here, but it's a theme that has been explored, but it often creates like satire, dark satire kind of genre, which is also fun. But I was really excited to read Animosity because of one, the cover, and it gives you that kind of feel. So I feel with War Cook and Animosity, Alpha is moving into this kind of non superhero genre, non superpower kind of things, which is great because it opens the way for a lot of fiction to come, a lot of story wise things to explore. So, in a nutshell, Animosity, there is a synopsis given here. I feel that the synopsis is a little too revelatory in terms of like it gives out a few spoilers. But if you want to go in blind, I would say go ahead and do that. I will not share the entire story. What I'll do is some of the themes that it deals with. So, as the title suggests, this is like an alternate reality kind of a thing, kind of a scary what if, like in the modern society. I mean, in our society, we have different groups and different ideologies, and specifically around consuming food, like killing animals or not for food and things like that, and we are essentially the superior race. But what if there is a kind of advancement of intelligence and the animals acquire more intelligence than us? So you can think of it as a parallel to AI and robots. You can replace the animals here with AI or robots, and we would again be their slaves. So this is like that kind of a dark satire. It deals with like a parallel reality, like a dark reality. And then what I liked is it just builds from there. So it then goes on to, like, the thing with any concept based fiction is that just the concept is not enough. You have to move beyond it and then engage the audience. So pick up anything that is like, a wow factor that shakes up your brain, like Fight Club, just as an example. It's like you have to move beyond that into this kind of drama or character study, which I think Sahil does really well with Animosity and the other titles he's writing. He really understands how to create scenes and then take the story forward. Like there would be some twist, there would be a lot of drama, there will be kind of like this cinematic kind of element which I like, which translates well to graphic novels. Is it perfect? Probably not. There is room to improve because these are like ideas that are converted into these comic books or graphic novels at this stage. So let's see how they evolve. So like I said, Animosity deals with like kind of a regime kind of a thing. There is this king character called Lion King 3, and then they've also created a nice world here. So this is very good. It gives you kind of a world building uh, uh, picture of this, which is good and often done in these kind of fiction or comic books where you create a new reality. So it gives you kind of a fantasy kind of realm and a lens. So this story, like I said, deals with different elements. So beyond this kind of animal ruling the humans thing, there is a lot of complications that are finally etched out here. There is 4 to 5 main characters here. Obviously the king, but there's a backdrop of politics and elections. So it's not a perfect world even here. There is things that are explored in terms of how there is a lot of unrest, lot of rebellion, and rebellion within the animal kind of sect also. There is some humans mixed in there. Then there is some, I think it's like a cautionary tale as well as it's like a commentary on the modern society, the role media plays, the obsession with social media. So I found it quite good because it deals with a lot of things like misplaced loyalties, or like how some people are having allegiance to a certain class which might be considered evil, and then it is actually not, and those kind of questions it raises in your mind, which I thought was intelligent writing. There is a group of rebels, there is a character called Rakt, and then within the animals also there is kind of shades of evil or shades of good within these characters. So Animosity on the whole is quite an appealing book, I would say, quite an engaging book. It might not be my favorite in terms of like how I look at comic books. I look at them for an entertainment value in terms of I don't know, a lot of superhero stuff, but it falls in the category of those brainy books which make you think, and they are a little disturbing. So recently there was another book about from Raj Comics by Sanjay Gupta, Bawarchi, that also dealt with this kind of gruesome theme of food, but then also like revenge drama and things like that. So it has some parallels to that. So you can think of Animosity as somewhere between. I mean, there was this. It's a weird thing to parallel it to, but Sthapatya Khand had this thing about Deadliest 10, in which there is a guy and he gets a group of advanced intelligence as a uh, you know kind of vigilante force. That was Deadliest 10. It was quite cool. I think I need to revisit Stapatya Khand also. But you can think of this like a dark side of this story. I'm not saying the story is same, but just kind to draw a parallel between this and War Cook. So I'll just speak about War Cook a little also. But to conclude on Animosity, it is something for a mature comic book or graphic novel reader, a very good quality product which you will enjoy. It comes at a price point of 449. There might be some more discounts on it, but definitely pick it up as Alpha is really keeping it exciting and fun with its slate of titles and really exploring nice new things. I'm also excited about the manga title that's going to be released by Alpha. So all the best, Saahil. And I forgot to mention the team, but you can have a look at this. So this is about Animo-City. So just another word on the War Cook. War Cook is higher in page length and it's at a higher price point than Animo-City. But I would suggest, if you enjoy reading fresh titles and fresh fiction and want to encourage the Indian comic book scene, which is ever growing, definitely check these out. You probably have already picked these up, but Alpha is like really the next big thing in Indian comic books. And about the War Cook, I have spoken briefly about it in the past, but this is something that is a great combination of bright, well done art, well done pages, and also fun writing. So I would call it like adventure, fantasy, fun, kind of biopic, like a biopic of a fictional character, but then something that also connects to real history. So it's like an alternate fantasy fiction, historical, with also some drama and romance and comedy thrown in. So it's like a full package. War Cook, the cover might give you something like a dark vibe, but it has a lot of fun. There's a lot of color and a lot of bright art in there. So overall, it's a very enjoyable book. It will not make you very sad as such, and there's also always there will be an element of a twist in the tale and something coming up in terms of adventure and reveals. I really enjoyed War Cook, something that I would revisit, and I would want to know about more of these adventures, because it's like also works like a detective thriller in some ways. Like there's always some layer of the past getting revealed. So this is pretty much about War Cook, and do pick up these two titles from Alpha.